Hey guys, welcome back to another reaction video. I am Carlos Guerrero, aka Carlos the Contractor. I'll be your host. Let's watch this video where Houzz does a renovation surprise for Mila's cousin's parents. And they're gonna go through the whole process, the stress, the good times, the bad times, and I'm gonna comment on those. Let's get started.
Home is a really safe place for me. It's a place that you can play around and no one can judge you for it. Knowing how hard I work now for what I have puts things in perspective for how much harder my parents had to have worked to have given my brother and I the life that we had. I would like to do this renovation for my parents. I desperately want to give them something that I think they deserve. You cannot get my parents out of that condo. They are never gonna move. They love it. Their friends live on the same floor. My family all descends upon the family room, kitchen, dining room area.
So here you have the story about her parents, that they're very comfortable in their condo. They live there forever. They have their friends, their families. They're never gonna move out. As you can see, the condo does need a lot of updating. Now, what they're gonna have to do here is they're gonna have to go through the whole process of renovation in a condo. Maybe they don't know what they're gonna get themselves into yet, but hopefully they'll show something. I can comment on that. But there is a whole process that goes into making a renovation like this, especially working in a condo, because working in a condo, there's a lot of more restrictions with the building, with the elevator, with things that are not up to your control, with the association, with the engineer of the association, making sure things are getting done. There's more liability. If you have a flood, it goes down to other units and so forth. So let's see how this works out.
And whoever in the kitchen is all of a sudden isolated from everybody else because you're surrounded by these weird walls. Constantly people yelling back and forth like, what'd you say? But you're in one room. Like, it shouldn't be that hard to hear one another. Spatially speaking, the furniture doesn't equal out in size, and the house kind of looks like Miami Vice circa 1994. Lots of leather couches, green and pink walls, which you wouldn't think belong in the same room, but
I've seen hundreds of these condos and they all look the same. They're all very boxy, yellow colors. They feel small, probably gonna be more open, more whites, more lights, and that creates a huge difference in style.
my parents know they're getting kicked out of the house, but they're not 100% sure what's gonna happen. I'm still working full time. I'm very pregnant, and I know I personally could never have done this by myself. Houzz is a website and an app where you can get inspired, you can find a professional, you can shop your heart out all in one place. I did a search for LA designers. I was able to find thousands of designers on Houzz. I found Breeze. She had incredible reviews, and I loved her style, everything about her, and I knew that she was right for this project.
So they're using a platform called Houzz, which I actually use that in my business, which it is great. You could basically talk to people, you could shop on there, you could get feedbacks from other people to help you choose stuff, but you also need a person to help you with the whole planning of the whole project. They're getting a designer, which that should help them in this way. You also need a team of contractors, you need a team of project managers, and so forth to get a project from A all the way through C. So let's see how this goes.
Breeze and I talked on the phone, and it went very well. Now we're gonna meet to discuss this project.
Hi,
It's so nice to finally see you. I'm very excited to get started.
I'd love to hear more about what you have in mind.
I think the problem with the space is just so not cohesive. It's just very
It's very compartmentalized.
yes, ideally like a great room. But you walk in and there's like the family room and the dining room, and I guess what you would call a kitchen. Looks like a giant closet to me. And she cooks all the time.
So it should be a chef kitchen.
Yes. And it's like my dad stuck her in the corner, and he was like, you just get this tiny corner of the living room, and he gave himself like 2 giant leather couches. So these are the things I'd like to change.
Okay, so however we can achieve it, we want to open up the space as much as possible.
Yeah.
I'd love to take a look at some of your ideas.
An idea book is the place where you can store all your ideas for the house.
In a renovation like this, when you're starting off, the best thing that you could do as a homeowner, if you're a homeowner and you want to get ideas, is basically put a book together of ideas, because this is what's going to help, the person's going to help you, whether it's your contractor, a designer, an architect, is going to help them visualize what you're seeing, because what you're seeing and what you're saying is 2 different things. Another thing too, there's a lot of times people get like this magazine picture, but so the professional has to be able to incorporate that picture into what your unit is. Remember, this condo, it has 3 walls. You cannot basically move the building walls and do anything that you want, because it just doesn't happen. So you have to work with what you have inside. So let's see how it goes.
You can share your idea book with other people involved in the project.
And I think this may be similar in some ways to how the flow and the layout go, in that you have an L-shaped kitchen here, then you have dining.
We have massive dinners all the time. And so I think the seating is really important, and the lighting's really important. And the chandelier that I have now is a little dated.
The chandelier really is striking, and I think it could belong in the space.
That's a great idea.
But it's
long.
Yeah, it's long, it's sculptural, transitional, and I think we're sort of going in that direction. What's nice about Houzz is you can actually click on the image and it leads you to the Houzz shop and lets you know if that item is is available. So it's as simple as this: add to cart.
Okay, so just to reiterate, comfortable and very family friendly and as open as possible. I trust you. Don't mess this up. I know where to find you.
Now, before you get to a project like this, you have to understand the first phase, like she just met a designer. Now the designer is going to put something pretty together. In addition to that, you need to do what's called construction plans, actual plans that is going to be able to help us with the construction part of it, not just the design part of it. They're showing more about, buying the lights, buying the fixtures, which is part of the process, but you also need the whole construction process. Now, when I see this a lot, when this is your personal home, there's a lot more personal feelings involved because this is your house. Like their parents have years of attachment. She grew in the house. So this is one of those projects that you're going to be very scared of making the wrong decisions. But as long as you've hired the right team and you go with the process and you just go step by step, it'll be a lot easier to get from point A to point C.
Today, Breeze and I are meeting at my parents' condo to finalize the plan.
So we covered a lot of territory in our last meeting, and maybe we should run through some of the things that came up.
What do you think of beautiful couches?
The couches are going, I'm sorry to say. Although we talked about some of the things that they'd like to stay in the space.
They love
the triptych.
Yeah.
And it has that sort of warm color scheme that we were talking about in the meeting. So the kitchen.
Yeah, this I'm really excited about.
This whole wall behind me is getting blown away. So although it is load bearing, we're able to remove almost all of it and just leave a small post at the end of the kitchen.
Now, when you say low bearing, meaning that wall has to partially stay because it's holding support on the roof. And most likely they're gonna open up a section of it so you feel open, but it's not completely open, which in this space I think it will work very nice.
Parents are gonna love it. Oh my God, not as much as I. Now that Breeze has seen the place in person and I've heard her ideas, it's time to get started. I've been wanting to knock down this wall for 20 years. So I might be 9 months pregnant, but if anyone is knocking down that wall, it's me.
Are you ready? Okay, I'm standing back.
She's not gonna knock down the wall. All she's gonna do is she's gonna make one hole in the wall and she's gonna call it quits.
Yes!
Listen, one hit was enough.
Let it get pregnant, lady. The wall.
I didn't
Let
have
the
to watch that.
professionals do the rest.
So the belly, those are the guys that knocked down the wall.
It's been
So as you guys can see, guys started demolition. Now, one thing of demolition is that it's not just demolishing the walls. It's demolishing the walls, cleaning up, putting everything in bags, and then you need to get all the debris from the units all the way down the hallway, elevators out to the building, and you have to protect everything in the building because if not, you get fined. So those are the extra challenges that come in working in a condo.
since I've seen this. And so I'm coming by today to meet with Breeze to talk about where we are.
See, these people know what they're doing. Even though the plans, and I love this in my projects, always in my projects, my plans on my walls, but they have handwritten plans, which is okay. As long as those plans are showing the details, where everything goes, it should be a smooth process in the construction. What happens is that a lot of times people don't want to provide these plans, or architects don't provide accurate plans, or the designer don't give you the right measurements. And when you go into the construction, if one measurement's off, it becomes a domino effect, and then there's problems and delays that come arise. So I like how they have the plans here and basically making sure the plans look correct.
They are in the space, and if they need, my advice, because everybody needs my advice, but I would love to go over design and floors and accent pieces and whatever else you can show me.
How about we start with flooring? I always like to look at floor on the floor.
I have a favorite of these.
Which one is it?
Well, how about we'll do this. This is option 1. That's option 2. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and then you tell me your favorite, and then I'll tell you my favorite at the same time. We'll do it at the same time. Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1. The one that Breeze chose was a little bit more my parents friendly. I am going to let her decide.
There's a snapshot of the stockeries that we were going to bring into this space.
It's so pretty.
Now, most homeowners, they go into a project like this not understanding how many decisions they have to make. It is always advised to basically hire an expert that could help you with decisions. Hire an expert that's going to help you and walk you through the whole process. Because like I said, there's a lot of decisions that you as a homeowner have to make in order to get the project moving forward. As a contractor, the architect, they can only do so much, but if you can make the decisions on what you want, the project comes to a halt. Make sure you hire the right team to help you with every single decision so that they give you the options easy for you to make the decisions at the right time.
I think we did everything we need to though, and I'll get it rolling.
Get out. Okay. I think she just wants to, in a really great way, make my parents happy. I haven't been able to connect with Breeze in weeks because I had a baby. I'm very excited, but today we have a lot to get done at my parents' home. The new floors are going in, the kitchen cabinets are being installed, and all the items that we purchased on Houzz are being delivered. I can't wait.
So the good thing that they did here is that it seems like they did a good reconstruction planning phase, which a lot of times people fail to do that. And when she met the designer at early stage, they went to the job site, they had all the plans, then they started construction. That's very smart because it allows the client, homeowner, to be out of the project, don't have to be so involved in the project. Behind the scenes, I know that the construction construction and the designer and the project manager, everything's going chaos. But just by having those decisions made from the client at an early phase, it helped with the whole process. So great job on this. And so far, I think the design's gonna come out really nice.
Can't wait to see the reaction of my parents' face. I'm very excited to show my parents the final product.
Hi, Reggie.
Man of the hour.
Well, oh my God, your lighting is really, really pretty, I have to tell you.
It's just so much brighter and open.
This is 100% the vision that I think Breeze and I had. I think that she took whatever we did put together and made it, and not only just come to life, but made it a million times better. I love it.
I got it.
Everybody. I think that they deserve it, and I hope that they grow in the space.
We lived here for over 20 years, and I was scared, actually. I didn't want to go.
What do you think?
Oh my, what I think, I don't know.
Do you like it? Just come here, come look. Oh, Marcy, don't cry. You're like, don't move my hand. Seeing my parents' reaction to their condo for the first time made everything worth it. All the stress, the timing.
This renovation took 6 weeks. From what I'm seeing is, I never saw inspectors, so I don't think they pulled any permits. And the renovation was just basically a kitchen and a living room and a dining room area. And that's why it only took 6 weeks. So it was basically remove and replace, open up a little wall. But as you guys could see in the picture and the before and after, it makes a great difference just by opening up the wall and putting up light colors, changing the furniture. So great investment for them, great design, everything looks amazing.
So, if you guys think of the space, we took all the walls down, so there's no more pantry. It's just one large space. Nice, right?
Nice.
Okay, so you ready to go look at the kitchen?
Yeah.
You go first.
I really like it.
Do you? Go ahead, go in. So we gave you tons of spice racks over here. And then I really wanted the glass here because I thought that it...
What they don't show here is the stress in the process, the surprises that arise throughout the construction. But what happens is that even though the process sometimes is stressful because you have so many decisions to make, there's some unforeseen issues that arise, there's some delays that arise. But at the end, if it's planned well and done right, all that is out the window and you're ready to enjoy your new home or your new condo in this case.
Do you like it?
No, I love it.
It's so pretty though, right?
Yeah, I didn't even know that you can make it bigger than
Okay, come this way. So here's your new table. Because we have a growing family, you could take this and it extends on both sides.
Both
Out.
sides.
It's easy.
It's enough place for the 6 grandchildren here.
How many?
6.
Don't spread rumors, Dad. When we were looking at idea books on Houzz, we saw this and instantly I fell in love with it. And then the couch, you can like everybody you can see everything.
This is your dad house.
What do you think?
The couch is perfect. It's perfect. It's all good.
My kitchen, his couch.
It wasn't a major renovation, but I think in a space like this that is small, you want to maybe do this every 10 years to just kind of keep the style. Probably in 10, 15 years, the style's going to go out of style. And then you want to maybe do like another minor renovation. It only took 6 weeks. I think it was a great investment from them. It looks great. Everything feels new. Can't stop, won't stop.